feel like, guys, this is familiar stuff, right? Just as we're going through, like a lot of times we teach these kind of guardrail techniques. Somebody throws a punch at me here and I'm using these kind of techniques. Okay, it's very close to traditional arts here, depending on what kind of angle I get. If I get a rising or coming down punch, using those kind of high block techniques, or if I get those lower techniques, those basic blocks, those basic building blocks that you get from your traditional basics is what translates into great self-defense, right? Oftentimes we get really caught up on, I want to be so true to that I feel like I'm not respecting traditional arts if I'm not looking exactly like our forms. Well, I think if you ask any of the old grandmasters, they say, well, no, it doesn't look like that when you spar. Right? You're crazy if you're going to try and spar somebody like this. Right? I hope you don't do that. Right? That's a world of hurt. So hopefully you take some of this traditional art and modify it to what works for you individually, and modify it to situational self-defense so that you can translate those moves into something different. Okay? Many of you have forms that look and have moves, okay, that you've seen here today. Right? Just real quick. So from here, taking that, pull, in, hit. Okay? Sorry, Steve. I don't know how many times I've broken Steve's nose. I feel bad, and he's such a good trooper. He comes in back every time. Okay? From here, in, hooking the head. Okay? Taking that elbow in. Okay? Yeah. Make sure that everybody's seeing that. Make sure you fill that away before. From here, so you come in, twisting that head. That's messed up. Right? From here, in, right, twisting that head. We've got here neck crank, pulling it tight. Again, does this come out of traditional forms? Well, how many of you have movements like this? We've all seen that? So from here, as I come in, on the head, I'm hooking that head here. What's that pull? Here's that traditional pull. Pull. Right? We see it oftentimes in many people who don't get too in-depth into martial arts. They look at this and they go, oh, well, that's where that is. Right? That reaping movement, right? Or that reaping movement on the wrist, and they see that, but they don't see the other applications of that. So once we get in here, we're locking up and hitting, right? Now we've got that same kind of motion. Here as I'm pulling back to my body, pulling back to my center, okay? Pulling that neck down. Now I'm just gonna pop back up, okay? And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this little simple movement from here, leaning back, popping up, pulling that forearm up. Here, as I'm hitting, pulling in tight, all I'm going to do is pop right back up on it. Right? Once I've got them here, I've got them. And I can do whatever else I want to do to them. Okay? Work it out with your partner, we're going to move on to something else.
I mean, he's going to touch on combination blocking after this one when you call him back to work on something else. I'm just going to just do a little combination blocking to you the way you can think real quick.
Okay, why don't you jump in?
Huh?
Why don't you jump in and do that? Because I finished that technique. Right.
Well, I'm just going to go back to it, do that, and I want to just show them a drill that they can practice their headbutts on, and then we'll move to the next one.
Okay, good.
Okay? All right, where's my people? There you go. Okay, y'all are very stance-oriented, and there's nothing wrong with that because that means that you have good basics, okay? But stance, the word in itself, is kind of, what does it mean to you? It means kind of static, statue-like, right? Okay, so it's good to have the correct position, but see the problem is when we're on the mat or when we're in life or when we're fighting, there's not a lot of standing still, is there? No. So what happens is it's mobile. So 50-50, 10% forward, and then kind of we move a little bit. Now if it's a push-push type thing, I don't want to be static like this. See? Because by not recovering with my back foot, what happens? I'm now leading with the target. You got me? So, because his target's going to be face, solar plexus, groin. So I want to deprive him of that target. The best way to do that is to move correctly. So I step and glide, boom. But you see, if I don't recover with the back foot, it forces my head forward. It makes my position too long, which means I have good stability, but I don't have good mobility. Okay? So just practice like this. But push and recover. Now you cover. Push and recover. Good. Okay, now, something you didn't see within what Mr. or Dr. Marshall was doing was, and you might have seen it, when the hand's here, you'll notice that he's touching, he's kind of trap blocking, okay? So he might trap you here, or he might do like an inside circle or a palm heel block here, and then a circle, boom, and then go into his boom. Okay, so don't be afraid to touch if you don't see it. So it's here. Get me? Okay, and up the intensity. I know he's little, but he's not that little. I promise you, he's got good real estate. I have little people in some of my classes. Okay, go ahead, show me. Okay, hey, here's a good trick. When he's bigger than you, don't reach so far away from his center of mass to hit him. Sit down. Take your hands here. 2 different angles, 2 different levels. Now watch me. Just turn around. Okay? Just take your hands like this. Just like this. Do this, too. Boom. I don't want you to tuck your thumbs in here. Just keep your hands out. Be nice. Okay? Because if your thumbs are in here, get some good stuff going on. All right? But I need you down lower. Okay? You got to be below his xiphoid process or his chin is not going to come forward. Okay? So below xiphoid process, bam! Chin will come forward. That's that autonomic response. Autonomic nervous response. Boom, boom. That's when you follow with a combination sequence. Got me? Go ahead. Hey, better. But look.
Oh, you gotta come back.
So you lead with a weapon? I mean, not lead with a weapon, you lead with the target. Sorry. So you lead with a weapon. Here. Oof. Got me? My target's back here. Rotate your shoulder. Keep your center line out of harm's way. So you're here. Boom. See? So now I can block, counter, disengage, footwork, I can show off. Right? There's an old boxer named Sugar Ray Leonard, fought too long. He was good at that showing off stuff. Okay? Can't show off till you get it right first. Ha! All right, work time.